Hey you guys, this is Renee from BoBeautyBlog.com. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We have collaborated with Juice Beauty to show you some awesome cosmetics. Yes, Juice Beauty does have organic cosmetics. Is that not the coolest thing in the whole world? I know a friend of mine had no idea that they had cosmetics. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, they do. And she knew they had some really awesome skincare, but she didn't know about the cosmetics. So I'm like, well, crap. If she didn't know that they have cosmetics, then a lot of other people might not know that they have them either. Well, in the recent past, Juice Beauty collaborated with Gwyneth Paltrow from Goop to do their cosmetic line, and she has now, gone on to collaborate with the company as their creative director. So she has a direct hand in the creation of these fabulous products. What's so neat about these is that they're super high quality. They perform extremely well, but they're organic, made with organic ingredients, cruelty-free, and they're super awesome, easy to use, very comfortable to wear, and I can't wait to show you a routine with them. So that's what I've done right now. I created this easy, quick summer look that's very natural and sun-kissed and gives you a nice rosy glow, and it's super fast and super easy, so don't forget to keep watching. Alrighty, I would normally start out with the Juice Beauty Green Apple Peel, but my skin is kind of inflamed right now. I just did a really strong detox mask, and I'll tell you about that at another date. And I have these two giant zits right here, which I've been using the Juice Beauty Blemish Be Gone, which is super awesome. But so instead of starting with the green apple peel, I will do a separate video with the Juice Beauty skincare routine, so you can see what all is involved in that. And I have been using, just so I can show you what's really cool about the foundation, I've been using the Juice Beauty CC cream for about a week and a half now, just so I could show you what the foundation does, which in a minute I'll get to that. I've been using the shade Warm Glow, and it has an SPF of 30, so it's super fantastic. You can use it on its own for light coverage, or you can use it as a primer for the foundation. Now, what I'm going to start with is, since I'm not starting with the green apple peel, is the Juice Beauty Illuminating Primer. And this stuff is so smooth, and it doesn't have any silicones or anything in it to, that will clog up your skin. I'll put that all over my face. Alrighty, now for the foundation. This is what's so cool. It's the Juice Beauty Flawless Serum Foundation, and it's not only a foundation, but it's skincare. So I left this sit for 2 weeks just so it would separate, so you can see. Put my hand, let me see if I can find something to put behind it.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, here's
hold it still for a couple seconds.
Dark color box. There we go.
That doesn't really work.
So you can see that there's a whole bunch of serum on top and then the pigment at the bottom. So it's all natural. There's nothing, gross or no chemicals in it. So you just make sure to shake it every time you use it. But I like that it's actually got, a serum in here with good ingredients that's actually healthy for your skin. So just using this foundation will actually improve the condition of your skin, which is really awesome. So I just shake it up. Just shake it up every time you use it. I use the shade Golden Tan this time of year because it matches the rest of me. And you can use a beauty blender or your hand, whatever you feel like to apply it. And I'm going to use this Mara Hoffman Sephora Pro Brush. And this is very light and it spreads so easily. And it really does feel like a serum. Just that one drop covered the whole top half of my face. Alrighty. Next on to concealer. And I'm using the Juice Beauty Perfecting Concealer in Sand. And I'm going to use this under my eyes and on my nasolabial folds and on the zits that I have. Alrighty. When I'm done concealing, I will be using the Flawless Pressed Powder in Golden Tan. It comes with a nifty powder puff that you can apply it with, all natural. All right. Next, I am going to contour with a bronzer. So they have these, if you saw our blog post about the Flash Illuminators from Juice Beauty, they come in 3 different shades. They're 2 shades with each one. And you can highlight, bronze, use them as blushes, whatever you want. And normally I like more of a ashy toned or, you know, with like a slight purple base or a gray base for contouring. But since we're going for a summer glow look, I'm just going to use bronzer, and I'm not going to do a lot of heavy contouring. I'm just going to use the bronzer for that purpose. So I'm going to use the one that's the Flash Luminizer that has the bronze on one end and golden on the other end. Oh, by the way, if you're pale or have lighter skin than me, you can also use the Last Looks blush in the shade Flush, which is kind of like a tan shade. It's really, really pretty. So that's also an option as well if you don't want, you know, something that has kind of a shimmer or glow to it. You pop this out of the, I'll show you how this works. I'm going to use the bronze, which is on this end. I'm going to push on this end and pop out the bronze. And then it twists up like a lipstick. I'm going to put that right here, just along my cheekbones. And if you want, you can use a beauty blender or a sponge or brush, but since we're just going for simple, quick, and easy fun in the sun, I'm just going to use my fingers to blend that. And then I'll put some along the side of my nose, just a little bit. Blend that. Tip right there. And I have a short forehead, so I don't really bronze a whole lot on my forehead, but I'll get like, you know, right on the side of my widow's peak, just where the sun would naturally hit it. And if you want, you can add some to your jawline, inside your cheeks. Alrighty. Next, I'm going to use the Last Looks blush in Seashell. Looks like this. Like a really pretty kind of rosy color. I'll put that right above where I put the bronzer on my cheekbones. And next is the Flash Luminizer. In one end is blush and the other end is rose. And I'm going to use the end that says rose just to add a little bit of glowiness to the blush right at the top. Then you can use the other end of the bronzer, which is golden, and use it as like a highlighter. Put a strip of that just going down my nose, just like that. And I'm going to skip eyeshadow, just because when it's hot and I'm sweaty outside in the summer, my eyeshadow tends to crease really bad, no matter how well I prime, you know, just because I'm active and do a lot of outdoor stuff. So, but I am going to take some of this highlighter that I just pulled out and put it underneath, you know, my eyebrows. Just to highlight the brow bone. Just like that. Alrighty then. Now I'm going to set all this with the Juice Beauty Flawless Finishing Powder. Just a little tiny bit just to set that. All right. Now, like I said, I'm skipping eye makeup, but I am going to use mascara just so that my eyes stand out just a little bit more. So I'm going to first comb my eyelashes because they grow in a weird direction because I sleep on my side and on my face. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but can't help it. All right, I'm going to be using the Juice Beauty, what do they call it? Do they call it natural mascara or ultra natural mascara? This has actually won a ton of awards. If you Google Juice Beauty mascara, you'll see it has won like best in beauty for like 20 trillion different magazines. And this is probably the best natural mascara I've used. It doesn't flake and it doesn't, you know, just look like Vaseline on my eyelashes. And it's actually buildable. So you can get a more dramatic look with it if you want, but I'm not going for drama right now. I'm just going for like a sun-kissed summer, you know, everyday natural look. Alrighty, that has opened up my eyes a bit. I'm going to skip my bottom lashes just because my allergies are just so bad during allergy season. And I just don't want to look like a messy allergy mess. So, and which do I want to use for a lipstick? Let's go for, I have two that I'm trying to decide between. I'm trying to decide on whether I want to use this color of lipstick. It's kind of like a rosy beigey color. Or if I want to use the lip crayon in kind of like a rosy mauve color. Which should I use, Jerry?
Bright pink.
Bright pink. I'm not going to use bright pink. I'll use this rosy mauve color. I'll use the crayon. I guess I could have mixed them. All right. And lastly, for a really dewy summer finish, since it's hot outside in the south, I'm going to use the Juice Beauty Hydrating Mist to set everything. And also I can use this throughout the day, you know, just to freshen it up and make everything look like it's, you know, not, you know, I've not been outside in the heat. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Very herbal smelling. Let me take off the silly hat. And there you have it. A super, super easy, quick summer look that's all natural and still gives you a sun-kissed look and some rosy color. So don't forget to check our website, BeauBeautyBlog.com, because we have a lot of Juice Beauty reviews and we'll have links to where you can get all this stuff. And they also have some really, really great deals. Every month they have like really awesome new EWPs, you know, freebies that you can get. So definitely check out our website. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on our next video.